close that up there. This is the new order. This is your current order that you're on. So that's your current one, and this is the one that you're going to go to.
And can you tell me, or any of those new, like the mono control and the anti-D5, are we going to have to result those, or will those be auto-filled?
They're auto-filled. It's not tested.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember if I auto-fill them for you, if I just built your insert pattern to where you wouldn't have to enter anything because that's how you guys are used to doing it.
Yeah. Either way is fine.
Yeah, I think that I built it where you guys don't have to put anything in there. So we're defaulting NT on them, so
even
you
better.
guys will not have to enter anything. When you pull that order up, NT is going to appear in all those DTAs that you do not use.
Awesome.
Okay, so when we put the no history in on the type and screen, it'll automatically order that confirmation, and that will go over to Epic.
Yes. Same process for you guys at West County today. Nothing's going to change around that, and your confirmation results will go to Epic.
Okay.
Can you guys think of any other questions or any other things you want to go over before next week?
Question here from a text asking if there's any extra steps for FFP.
No, there's no extra steps for FFP. But you still have a prepare order for your FFP. So
okay.
When they order FFP, we're going to get an order in the Cerner with the number of units, the same thing you saw in the red cell, number of units, date needed, transfusion indication, and you result it out in blood bank result entry the same way. When you pull up that prepare FFP, all that information is defaulted in there for you. They're ready to go. You just have to hit verify and verify that the number of units and that it's ready. That's what goes back to Epic, and then dispense your product as usual. Same steps. For every single product that you have, it's the exact same steps. You complete the prepare order, and then you dispense your product.
I don't have any further questions. I was just going to ask if Kayla could go ahead and complete the administration on that product if she has the sheet.
I don't think I have any scans, but I can type it in.
That's fine. I probably should have told you guys this in advance, but I'm recording this session as a training tool for my staff. So.
Oh.
Thanks, David.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. I don't ever want to hear my own voice.
I don't know how it's going to sound since I'm using my phone to do this recording, so.
That's all right. Okay, let me just screenshot this here. And I can type it in. I'm going to log in as the nurse. Go to my patient here. Just a quick tip, nursing has this blood administration navigator. They go from top to bottom to fill everything out. They won't miss anything for their pre-transfusion documentation. And then we want to make sure that they fill out these pieces before they click release for their transfusion. This is what prints on your form, the form that prints the blood bank to tell you that they're ready to come pick it up. I'll go ahead and hop over to transfusion documentation. So nursing needs the transfuse order and they need to release the transfusion to be able to document their blood. So right now, these groups down here are open from previous transfusions for this patient, but I don't have a place to document this transfusion that I'm about to do. So I'll go to my transfusion release report up here, blue in the left corner. And yep, so here's the transfuse order that I placed today. Go ahead and click release. I went from 0 out of 30 to 1 out of 30. 30 is just for milliliters. If I had units, it would be out of however many units I had. So like this order here is for units. And there's 1 out of 10 release for each unit. And out of 30. Oh, did somebody have a question?
Nope.
Okay. So 30 is not related to how many milliliters was ordered. I think this was just the max number decided on that you could possibly release for as many units as you would need. So the 30 is no relation to what the actual order is, but they would release each time that they needed a unit. If I expand this carrot here, I can see my release information as well, and this does print on your form. So the release action has 2 functionalities. It opens up a flow sheet group for me to document my blood on, and it also prints that from the blood bank. We train nursing to not click this release button until they're absolutely ready to come and get their blood. Okay, scroll to the bottom here, and I can see my new action row and flow sheet group so that I can document my blood. Click on this little syringe. Here's where I scan my patient. I don't have a barcode, so override. And then here's where I would scan my unit number, type it in. I'll go ahead and type it in now. I don't have a check character. I don't know, Joe, if you have that for me.
Yep, it is, of course, I think it's O, the letter O. Kind of hard to tell if it's O or 0, but I think it's O.
It was one or the other.
Try 0 then.
Oh, I didn't press enter yet. I was going to say, so when nursing does have to type this in, if that ever does happen, it's just important to put that check character in, but you will get a little pop-up, as you guys can see on the screen. Cool. That worked. Product code. And then my blood type and expiration fills in. Whenever I do have to type, I'll get a little drop down to ask why I didn't scan this bag of blood. So I have to choose something there. And then scanning and typing it in works the same way for matching. I'll get a little green thumbs up that says ready. So I'll get that with both typing in and scanning. We do train nursing, just as an FYI, if they override a patient barcode, that they do need to dual verify because they're not actually checking with Epic, so that's the correct patient. So nursing has the ability to type over here, overrode patient armband, dual verify with nurse so-and-so. They do learn that in training. Okay, and then my rate is hard stop, so I'll go ahead and fill that into my starting rate. And then down here I can type in some vital signs. If I documented vitals in the past 15 minutes, I would have them over here to associate, but I haven't documented anything, so I'll go ahead and type those in here. Okay. Then go ahead and click accept. So for this flow sheet group right here, you can see that my status has gone from ordered to transfusing. I'll show you the difference up here. So if I didn't document anything on the flow sheet group, it would just be in an ordered status. But now, since I documented that bag of blood, it's transfusing, and my unit information is attached to this flow sheet group. So that'll prevent me as a nurse from scanning any other unit on this group and documenting against another unit, because I only want this group right here to be for that unit. I'm going to go ahead and stop my blood. Click that action row again. Got a few other options here. We'll click stop. And again, when I go back into my BPM screen, all of this information is grayed out. So again, that will prevent me from scanning another bag of blood when I actually meant to scan my first one. rate is 0. Then here's an example of what I meant with the vital signs. I could actually go ahead and click this checkbox and associate those if I wanted to. You type in a volume as well. Then nursing does have a couple of options to accept and complete or accept. You teach them to click accept. Accept and complete will collapse the flow sheet group by default. They can get it back, but clicking accept, if I do that now, will allow me to document if I suspected a reaction right away. So if I click yes, then I'll get another drop down here, which I had clicked yes before, so that was already dropped down. But I could document on that suspected reaction here if I wanted to. You guys have any questions about the scanning or nursing documentation?
No questions there. I do have one thing that I want to capture if we can. So on a couple of the orders, we had orders by mills, and I would just like to capture how they close that out once that order's been completed, if they have outstanding releases.
Yeah. Yep. So let me go back to the release report so we can see David's talking about down here. So maybe I've released a few of these. I'm done transfusing my milliliters, and I'm ready to get rid of that order. We do train nursing to go ahead and discontinue that order. You can see here that that's just going to hang out with 30 releases for nursing, and we don't want anybody to get confused and think that there's more blood to be administered. So nursing is trained to go ahead and go back to their orders. And we'll find the one that I placed today and go ahead and discontinue that. Just say treatment complete for that. If we go back, I think I had 2 orders for 227 mils. So if we go back, that's gone there. And then we can see that my canceled transfusion, the one that I just discontinued, is down here. So I don't have any other actions for that transfusion. So no confusion for anything else to be transfused. They can also do that with units as well. So say there was an order for 2 units and we only ended up transfusing 1, you could go ahead and discontinue that unit order too.
I think that's
Any other questions?
that's all my questions for today.
Could you go back and just, how does the nurse know whether they need to collect a type and screen again? If there's not one still valid?
Oh, you mean during ordering, the ordering process? Yeah. So if I were to pull up my order set, and since this patient just had a type and screen resulted, it won't pre-check. But here in the order set for blood, this type and screen, if we didn't have one in the past 72 hours for anybody over 120 days, this would be pre-checked. And by pre-checked, I mean it comes over to your shopping cart. But since this patient just had the type and screen resulted by Joe, that's collapsed and not pre-checked.
If it's extended past 3 days, will it still not show up?
So you mean for like pre-surgery? That's a different order set altogether.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we've actually got our extended type and screens in our pre-admit order set. Let's see. There we go. And this is my children's patient, so there's a.
So if they come into surgery
maybe 30 days, but
they come into surgery on a different encounter, will they be blocked to order a type and screen then?
Yeah, so they'll use different orders, and it's an ambulatory order here, so it'll automatically be pre-checked anyways.
I'm sorry. So if we extend this type and screen here, the day of surgery under a different encounter,